Good morning, students. The next topic which we are going to start, that is levers. This is one of the simplest machine, a simple machine which we are using. Three things this lever is having: fulcrum point, which is the fixed pivot point which doesn't move, load and effort. And there are three class levers. The easy way to remember, just remember flee. Okay, F-L-E, flee. Now flee, F is here when fulcrum in the center. When fulcrum in the center, that is known as class 1 lever. Load, when load is in the center, that is class 2 lever. And when effort is in the center, that is class 3 lever. So whatever the calculations we have to take, see there are now three things. See beta, this is what your fulcrum point. Okay, and suppose load, effort. Okay, we always take distance from a fulcrum point. This is what your load arm and this is what your effort arm. Suppose in another class lever we are having load in the center, here we are having effort, and here we are having what? Fulcrum. This is your load arm and this is your effort arm. Okay, now the third case, when effort is in the center, fulcrum can be anywhere, it can be here also. This is effort arm and this is what? Load arm. These arms are always from the fixed point. Now in the first case, okay, what we can have, it can be greater than 1, it can be less than 1, it can be equal to 1. But what will be in this case? Load arm will be always less than effort arm. Okay, so this is always a force multiplier, and in this case effort arm is always smaller than load arm, so this is what? Speed multiplier. And in this case it can be force multiplier, it can be speed multiplier, or mechanical advantage can be equal to 1, or velocity ratio can be equal to 1. So here what we are having? Greater than 1, less than 1, or equal to. When it is a force multiplier, effort arm is greater than a load arm. Okay, I hope in 7th standard you also remember this. There we have done that mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm upon load arm. Mechanical advantage can also be represented as effort arm upon load arm, as it is represented as load upon effort. Agar effort arm is greater, it's a what? Mechanical advantage greater than 1, force multiplier. If equal to 1, example here is beam balance. And if it's less than 1, it is what? A speed multiplier. Very lots of examples are given in your book, that is catapult for speed multiplier, Caesar. Different examples are given, just go through that examples once. Rowing a boat with a long handle. All of you have seen whenever you are moving a boat, two rows are there, so handle is large. Why that handle is large? Because their effort arm is there. What we have to do, basically we have to increase the speed, so that's why the formation is like that only. Formation is like, so that effort arm is less than load arm and speed multiplication should be there. Okay, fulcrum point, the joining point in the center part. Now the next what we are having, I told you that as load is in the center, so effort arm is always greater than a load arm, so it is what? A force multiplier. Next we are having the another case. In this case effort arm is always smaller than a load arm. Sugar tongs, knife, these all are what? The examples of class 3 lever. Suppose you are having boat race. I hope you can see in boat race all are having small rows. That's smalling that size because here we need what? A speed multiplier. Force multiplier, speed multiplier. It can be force multiplier, it can be speed multiplier. So the way to remember it is flee. Okay, F for class 1 lever, L for class 2 lever, E for class 3 lever. These diagrams I have already shown you. What is greater? In this anything can be possible. In this lower arm is always smaller, and in this lower arm is always greater. Some examples are given in our book regarding to human body. This you can also test for class 1 lever, class 2 lever and class 3 lever. Now what we are having for the class 1 lever, they are saying nodding your head. Okay, fine. When you move your head, just check at the back where the head and neck is joining. That point is what our fulcrum point. Moving down, that is what a load. Applying a effort on the back side of the head, so that is class 1 lever. Raising the weight of the body on the toe. When you are raising your toe, your fingers you are not moving, your toes you are not moving, so that is the fulcrum point. Okay, load and the effort. Class 3 lever, when you are holding something with your forearm, here you are placing a cup or something, that is load. This point is not moving, fulcrum, and effort is applied here. Class 3 lever. Now one question for you people. You have to tell me the wiper which we are using at our home, that is which class lever. And one another activity you have to do, you have to classify the simple machines at our home under 3 categories, that is class 1 lever, class 2 lever and class 3 lever. This is your activity. All of you have to do this activity in your physics notebook. Whenever you come to school, I'm gonna check that. So now please read all the examples carefully. If you're having any doubt that how this, like how catapult is class 1 lever or how knife is class 3 lever, you're most welcome. You can ask it at any time. This is all about your first part. YouTube videos are already posted. Now keynotes are also posted to you people. I hope this helps you a lot. So if you have any doubt, you can ask it today only. Thank you.